So I thought I'd do an extra video this month using or showing Tonic Craft Kit number 19 that is actually showing you all the things that I've made. I ended up filming 4 videos as well as the unboxing, so they should all be up by now. But I realised I'd made 10 things, and I keep seeing other people have posted like 1 kit 10 cards kind of videos, so I thought why not show you the 10 things that I've made with kit number 19. And I thought, because I don't talk on my card making videos, I just do the sped up version. I can tell you a little bit about what colours I've used and everything. So the first, well actually, yeah, I'll show you the frame first. So I wanted to make some kind of home decor project using I'll show you the dies as well, just so you know what I'm talking about, using the dies and stamps from kit number 19, which is all these gorgeous word and sentiment dies, and then you've got the stamps that have a little matching die to cut them out as well. So yeah, I wanted to make a piece of home decor. I didn't stick to the colours of the kit for this one, just because, I don't know, I was just in a green and blue mood, so I decided to go with greens and blues. And for the background I just used Twisted Citron, Cracked Pistachio and Broken China Distress Oxides. Just did really simple ink blending, and then I used one of Tonic's new stencils to give that pattern in the background. Then I splattered on some of the Urban Graphite glitter marker that came in the kit, and I mixed it with a little tiny bit of the Obsidian Black Nuvo Aquaflow pen as well, just to make it a little bit blacker. And I drew on just hearts and doodles and the border and stuff. And then for the main sentiment, you'll see in the video how I was doing it. I wanted to see if it would work if you coloured in parts of it. So if you, for example, see on this die, you can still tell that it says "with love," but to make it more obvious on this one, I decided to colour over the pattern that was going through the letters and just leave the bold print, which I really like. I like that you get that texture when you tilt it as well. And I coloured that in. I did actually use a Copic because I didn't want it completely black, so that's just a really dark one. It was N9. And then I used the Urban Graphite glitter marker to go over the top to give it some sparkle as well. And this is just a frame from Poundland. I'm thinking I might use one of my Pebeo paints. This one's the Eggshell White, which kind of gives that sort of a look. I'm thinking I might drop that in the channel to give it a cool look, but I'm not sure yet. But anyway, that was a home decor one, which there's a video up. So I'll make sure all of the other videos and the unboxing video are linked below this one as well, because it's just like an extra video. Then I wanted, like, you know, the past kits, I tend to they sort of sit on the shelf and I haven't used them again because they've sold out, and people, I think they get a little bit annoyed when I use things in videos that aren't available anymore because you can't buy it anymore. But I really wanted to use the butterfly die from Craft Kit 6 again, so I combined it with the gorgeous words and created this card, which I think I might put up in my lounge because it's my lounge colours of like silver and purple. And I just put "follow your dream," and I put "for you" at the end because, you know, you should follow your dream for yourself, not for anybody else. But so that's that one. And this is I mean, hundreds of people must have got this kit, so you might have it sitting on your shelf. It's that one that created the butterfly easel, and it was number 6. But I really love this die and I really wanted to use it again. So for this one I was using the more purpley tones that were in the A4 sheets of card that we got. And I also used a lot of the gems as well because it makes a really good head for the butterfly. And for the behind the butterfly I used that Boysenberry card, and then I was blending on with one of these sponges to get some of the sparkle from the Urban Graphite glitter marker in the background, and then I also drew some on and smudged it with my finger as well. And on the sentiment I also used some of that on the bottom to kind of give it a purple to dark colour gradient on that die cut as well. And then in the background I had scribbled some of this onto my desk, picked it up with a paintbrush and just swished it backwards and forwards. Then went back over with a little bit of water to make it a bit more muted. Then once it was dry, I again watered some of this down, splattered it on with a paintbrush, then came back in with the full strength pen and added a couple of streaks of the full strength. And then I also used the little heart from the stamp set along with Metro Grey and Black Shadow Nuvo Hybrid inks, just to give some extra little hearts in the background as well. And this one I actually made straight onto the card blank. I don't often make things straight onto the card blank, but you know, it was just easy to do it that way this time. And I left the edges of the butterfly's wings loose as well, because I thought that would look nice. Then there is another video which shows you how to make, or how I made these two cards. These were the first two I made actually, and this is using the mostly the colours from the 6x6 pad we got in the kit, but this one's also one of the A4 sheets we got. For the backgrounds, for this background I was using this blending sponge again with the Urban Graphite glitter marker. I used that a lot, didn't I? To blend on a little bit of background colour. Then I did the splatting technique and overstamping with one of the words and the hearts again, like I did on that previous card. And for this one, instead of blending on this, I took the Metro Grey ink pad and just scraped it along the side to give the little bit of texture as well. And then this one's a shaker card, which I've used the Nuvo Ice White circles inside and some clear microbeads to help them move. And then for this one, I just layered up the sentiment with a few different colours of card to give that shadowy effect. And again, I've used the gems on this one too. So I used quite a few gems on this card, and I've used quite a few on these, but I've still got enough for another card in here as well. So even if you're generous with your little gems, you're probably going to have enough to be generous on 4 or 5 cards, so don't feel like you've got to savour them or anything. So that was this video, which is just sort of, I don't know, clean and simpler, more kind of a card really. And then I wanted to show you how you can incorporate all of these word dies and stamps in with other Tonic word dies that have been out. I was going to use Will's Hand as well, but I ended up just using the sentiment strip dies. But I ended up making 6 cards in that video to show you some different variations. And this one again, it sticks with the card from the kit, but I wanted to create my own background, so I went through my Nuvo Aquaflows and picked out colours that worked with the purple tones of card and the peachy tones of card from the kit. So for the purple tones, I used Lilac Blossom and Baked Cherry. Baked Cherry came out in the Arabian Nights colour collection last year, and the Lilac Blossom was one of the original ones. I can't remember if it was a spring, summer, autumn or winter collection, but it was the original release of them. And those two colours mixed together works perfectly with that Boysenberry card, and also with the Rose, is it Rose Glacier? I think it's Rose Glacier, and the Diffused Violet, I think that's what it was called. Anyway, it works really well with those colours, that colour combination. And for the stamping on that one, I was using the Spanish Sangria from the Nuvo ink pads, and I did bring in the Rose Quartz Ultra New ink for a really light pinky purple colour as well. And then to get the peachy colours on these cards, I was using Soft Rose and Matador Red. Soft Rose was in the original release of Nuvo Aquaflows, again I can't remember which pack it was in, and the Matador Red was in the Festive Season collection that came out last year. And for the stamping colours of them, I was using the Rich Rosewood Nuvo ink pad, and I did use a little bit of Dark Quartz Hero Arts ink pad as well. Yeah, so let's show you. Oh, should I tell you the Nuvo drop colours too? Where did I put my thing? So for the, I didn't actually use the Dusty Rose vintage drops in the end, because I was trying to just use pre-made ones so I could take photos of my cards. But the gloss one I was using for the purple cards, I used the white, and the other one is Plum Pudding, which was in the Arabian Nights collection of Nuvo Crystal Drops. And then for the peachy ones, one I didn't put any on, and the other two, I'm pretty sure that was the... Yes, oh yeah, it was Shimmer Sherbet. Shimmer Sherbet was that one. It is more pinky, but it kind of looked more peachy when I put it on the card. So that was the Shimmer Sherbet glitter drops that I used on these ones. And then, so to create all of the backgrounds, I did 3 different kinds of backgrounds, but I did one in each colourway. But you'll see it in the video, but I thought I might as well just try and explain it a little bit. These ones, I completely drenched the card in water and then just squeezed in the colour and let them mix. Then these ones, same kind of idea, but I tried to only get the water on half the card, so you had a sort of really messy blended edge on them. And then these ones, you could probably notice this is one of my favourite techniques. You literally just swish backwards and forwards with the different colours, and if you want an in-between colour, you can just squeeze out a tiny bit of the dark colour, more of the light colour, mix them together and use a paintbrush to add in a third colour as well. And depending how wet it is, will give you a more blurred and like less stripy look, but I kept them quite dry so it was nice and stripy for these ones. And then I also decided to add a little bit of a negative impression of a stencil for these two. So all you do for that is you literally take whatever stencil you want, spray it with water, flip it over and press it onto it, and then just let it dry, and it gives that like ghosted look. So I hope this video was helpful. I don't know whether I'll do this every month, but I just thought, because I'd made 10 things with craft kit number 19, I thought I might as well show you up close, and then you get a little bit of like verbal talking about how I made things and stuff, rather than just the sped up videos. But yes, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching, and there should be even more new videos up soon, so bye!